case study, I decided to choose Haley. Haley is a European American. She is of European descent and she is a Caucasian and she is a practicing Catholic as her faith. She is currently from a broken family. Her mother has severe alcoholic issues, and her father has divorced her mother and moved on to another relationship and is currently expecting a child. So Haley at the moment is experiencing behavioral issues. She feels depressed. She was once very energetic and lively, but now she's become very emotionally distressed, depressed, and is lacking any energy at school because of her family's issues. So currently, I feel that Haley needs therapy because she has mood disorders, mood changes. She is feeling very tired and she doesn't like to be at home because her mother has alcohol issues and neglects the daughter a lot. So Haley does not have good role models. Her parents are both divorced and they're not devoting any time for her upbringing and for her development. Haley has weight loss. She has lost a lot of weight. She's not eating properly, and she doesn't have a proper sleep schedule. So she's a little emotionally disturbed. She's severely emotionally disturbed. She's not getting proper nutrition also. Her mother does not pay attention to her emotional needs. She's a neglectful parent because she's so engrossed in alcohol and is so depressed by her situation that I feel that in-home therapy would also be a great suggestion for this family that's a broken family. Haley, her schedule is very intercepted because the family is very distant and none of the family is coming together. Their family interactions are very poor, so she does not have any emotional support. But Haley is a strong girl. She is a very, very strong minded girl and she's very strong willing. She is very dedicated, she's hardworking, she's courageous, and she has a very welcoming spirit that most children from broken families do not have in public school system. So she does have school problems right now. Right now, her grades are not good. They were good, but now they've plummeted because of the family situation that has gotten worse. And she still manages to do well because she has a spirit. She has a will, and where there's a will, there is a way. So Haley is a strong minded girl, and that's what's making her become successful at things in school, other than her family. She understands that her family is from a broken family, but she needs a lot of guidance from the therapist. And I feel that she does have some barriers to support because her family is not supportive. They're very broken. One parent is moved on to another family, another relationship. The other parent is neglectful in her motherly duties and is not a good role model for the daughter. We don't think that they're also doing well financially because the mother cannot afford it, finances if she's an alcoholic. So she may be an alcoholic in denial, but she does not have proper role models. And in that situation, I feel that in home family therapy would be a great suggestion for Haley and her family. So, my treatment goals are that we take an intake assessment for Haley, and this intake assessment will be able to tell me about her mental status and her current family situation, her medical history, or any sort of mental health history that she's had so far. I would engage in with a social worker and the appropriate team members in therapy to create the assessment and to create proper goals and long-term treatment goals for her. So she would need in-home family sessions, in-home counseling sessions, and biweekly assessment of her emotional health. Her physical needs also need to be assessed, as well as her overall well-being, because that is currently being intercepted by her broken family and the fact that she does not have any emotional support from peers or from anyone that's close to her. So far, there's nobody that is that close to her. She's a loner and she needs emotional support. I also feel that a dietitian and a pediatrician which should work with Haley and her family because she is on the lines of having eating disorder. She can become anorexic because she's lost so much weight. She has financial issues, so there's no food on the table. So we're gonna have to work with a social worker. Maybe she may need welfare, may need food stamps or some kind of assistance, governmental assistance, to get them food onto the table. Also, we need to work on her schedule, a schedule that will set her needs apart. So we need to have a curfew that is set for Haley, like a sleep schedule, a daytime schedule, an afternoon schedule, because we need to monitor what Haley should be doing in her day. If it means to be having a curfew, it's great for her. She's 11 years old, so 11-year-olds do have school nights and school days. So that would be the most appropriate measure that I would take for someone like Haley. Um, on the other hand, I feel that something creative would be a great suggestion for Haley because Haley does have emotional challenges and behavioral challenges. And I feel that art therapy or some kind of creative outlet would help her to improve her behavioral health and her emotional well-being. Art therapy, sand play therapy is one of the highly recommended forms of therapy that would be great for Haley. We need to explore as therapists what her inner world is like. What does she feel on the inside? Her parents are divorced, so she may feel very traumatized by what's going on in her family. The fact that they're not doing financially well is also a strain on the family and on their mental health and emotional needs. So, play therapy and something creative would help the family to come together. I mean, to help Haley to come together with her emotional needs and her psyche, since that's being intercepted. So, I recommended something like sand play therapy and art therapy, painting, playing with Play-Doh, and like engaging with the art play therapist so we can understand her emotions better. I mean, she is a good child. She is a good spirited child, and I'm sure she has a great future. She has a future for herself. So I feel that some kind of artistic form of therapy would suffice and would help her to become stronger. It will help her to become mentally agile as she needs to become mentally agile. So something like sand play therapy would be great, but I need her to be monitored and to keep a journal for herself. The social worker has to do weekly, bi-weekly treatment goals, has to keep a journal because we need to know, we need to monitor her feelings. We have to see what kind of feelings she's feeling throughout the week. Living away from her mother is difficult for somebody who's 11 years old because the mother has mental health challenges that need to be rehabilitated. She should be put in rehab counseling for detox for her alcohol. The daughter is not safe living with the mother. The father has moved on. So we need to do a family counseling session to see where the family is with Haley. Both parents have moved apart from the daughter, so she is really at risk of being harmed. So as a therapist, I would conduct family counseling sessions because I need to assess what's going on with the family as well as Haley. And I feel that proper counseling can bring the family back together again. I know the father has moved on to another relationship, but he's still her biological father. And no matter what, he will still be her father throughout her life. Even though he's not there with them physically, he's still responsible for her. So either Child Protective Services will have to interfere because she's not getting her needs met, and she may have to be living with the step family instead of her mother for a long time until her mother is better enough to take care of her daughter and provide for the daughter again. So that being said, I guess that's it for my presentation. I'm sure Haley is a bright kid, and she will be helped in therapy. And I feel in-home consultation and in-home family visits is the best way to keep Haley on track of what's going on. I'm sure she has grandparents or somebody that she can stay with instead of her mother to be taken care of, and really working with her for a long time until the family something comes back together and she's strong enough to attend school again. Or maybe she may need to be homeschooled. Maybe she needs supervision at home from her grandparents or some kind of adult that we could watch her become independent and have wings and fly eventually. So that is it for my presentation. This case study was very simple. It was a great learning experience for me as a therapist, and I'm sure things will go great for Haley.